Welcome dear students, my name is Swati BS, lecturer in Department of Computer Science, Vishwamanava Composite PU College, Chitradurga. In the last session, we discussed about the chapter called Database Concept. In that, we started the topic called as Logical Database Concepts. In that logical database concept, mainly we are going to discuss the four things under that, four concepts under that. In that, first one is normalization, and second one is entities, third one is attributes, and fourth and last one is relationship. In that, we already discussed about the first one called normalization. So what do you mean by normalization? Normalization means it is a step-by-step process of removing inconsistencies such as data redundancy and anomalies to make the database look clean. And we also discussed one more definition called as data, that is called normalization is defined as process of removing inconsistencies, data redundancies and anomalies is called as normalization. And when you consider the normalization, there are several rules to make the database to look clean. So normalization sali kelvaru rules ide, those rules are called normal forms. We are going to discuss the four main normal forms here. First one is first normal form, second one is second normal form, and third one is third normal form, and the last one is Boyce called normal form. In the previous class, we already discussed about the first three rules or first three normal forms. Let us recall the definitions of those things. The first one is the first normal form. So what the first normal says? ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ first normal form ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, if a relation is said to be in first normal form, if it has or if it contains atomic values and unique combination of values at each row is called as first normal form ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. Means if a relation is said to be in first normal form, ಒಂದು ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗಡೆ ಅಟೋಮಿಕ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುನಿಕ್ ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಟ್ ಈಚ್ ರೋ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲನೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವಾಚ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ. And when you come to a second normal form, what the second normal form says? The second normal form means, or if a relation is said to be in second normal form, if it is already in first normal form, or already first normal form ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. And each and every attribute fully depend on its primary key. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು attribute ಕೂಡ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. That is about the second normal form, and examples for this and explanation for this topic you can watch in the previous video. And when you consider the third normal form, this also we discussed in the previous class. What the third normal form says? If a relation or if a table is said to be in third normal form, if it is already in second normal form, and each and every non-prime attribute must depend on its primary key. ಪ್ರತಿ ನಾನ್ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ attribute ಕೂಡ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು? ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. And one more thing we have to remember here is, in case of third normal form, transitivity dependency should not be present. Transitivity dependency ಇರಕೂಡದು. Transitivity dependency ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ the relation is in third normal form. If a table consists of transitivity relation, so ಇವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, so that it is not considered in the third normal form, we have to divide that table to remove the transitivity relation. ಆ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಟಿವಿಟಿ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿನ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ರಿಮೂವ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. then the table is in third normal form ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So this is about the which one? The third normal form. The explanation and the example for these three normal forms you can refer the previous video. And last type of the normal form ಅಥವಾ normalization ಅಲ್ಲಿ fourth rule ಅಂತ ಏನ್ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, that is called as BCNF. So in today's class we are going to discuss about normalization. Under this, the last type we are going to discuss, the fourth one, that is called BCNF. So what is the expansion of BCNF here? Boise-Codd normal form. Boise-Codd normal form. So why it is called as Boise-Codd normal form? ಇದು fourth normal form ಅಂತ ಕರೀಬಹುದಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Why it is called as Boise-Codd normal form ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ the BCNF is developed by Roymond F. Boise and Edgar F. Ford in the year 1974. That's why it is called as Boise-Codd normal form, because it is developed by Roymond F. Boise and Edgar F. Ford in the year 1974. And this BCNF is called as the BCNF is a higher version of third normal form. ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, higher version of third normal form ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, because it deals with the sum of the anomalies which are not handled by the third normal form. We know that. What do you mean by anomaly? Anomaly refers to an errors or mistakes. So whatever the errors, whatever the anomalies is nothing but problems anta kuda kariತೀವಿ. Problems arises from the relations ಇಂದ arise ಆಗುವಂತ problems ಗೆ we call it as a anomalies. So the sum of the anomalies, some of the problems which are not solved or which are not handled by the third normal form. Third normal form ಅಲ್ಲಿ anomalies ನ delete ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, anomalies ನ remove ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. Those can be done, those disadvantages can be overcome by using BCNF. That's why it is called as higher version of third normal form. Why it is called as higher version of third normal form? It deals with some of the anomalies which are not handled by the third normal form. Third normal form ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ problems ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಸರಿ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. That's why it is called as higher version. And when you comes to the next point, the third normal form table, which does not consist of, which does not have ಅಥವಾ which does not consist of multiple overlapping candidate case, which does not consist of multiple overlapping candidate case, is called as BCNF. Nodi, very easy. When you consider a third normal form table, if this third normal form table does not consist of multiple overlapping candidate key, third normal form table ಅಲ್ಲಿ multiple overlapping candidate key ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. So multiple overlapping candidate key ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? That attribute or a column which should not determine the another column. ಒಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರಬಾರ್ದು. ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ಕೀ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ if a third normal form table does not consist of multiple overlapping candidate keys, then it is called as BCNF. ಅವಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, BCNF ಅಂತ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. And when you consider BCNF, this BCNF is completely based upon ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬೇಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇದು? It is based upon the concept of determinant. It is based upon the concept of determinant. So what do you mean by determinant then? ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, BCNF ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಸೊ what do you mean by determinant then? ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Determinant is defined as, ಅಥವಾ determinant means any attribute. Determinant definition ಬರೀತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. So what do you mean by determinant? Determinant is nothing but any attribute any attribute on which some other attribute is fully functionally dependent. So clear? So what do you mean by determinant? Determinant refers to any attribute or it may be any column on which the other column is fully functionally dependent. ಆ ಕಾಲಮ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಾಲಮು fully functionally dependent ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ means the one column is completely dependent on another column or one column determines the value of another column, then it is called as determinant. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. So the BCNF is completely based on the determinant. What do you mean by determinant? Any attribute on which the some other attribute is fully functionally dependent. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು BCNF ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅನ್ನ BCNF ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್? ಇಫ್ ಎ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇನ್ BCNF means if any table or if any relation, table is also referred as a relation, if any relation is said to be BCNF, ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ BCNF ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ if and only if every determinant is a candidate key. Every determinant is a candidate key. We know that. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನರ್ಥ? ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಕೀಗಳು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಆಗಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Every determinant should be means every attribute, every column should be an candidate key. Every attribute or every determinant should be an ಏನಾಗಿರಬೇಕು? Candidate key ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. So if this condition satisfies, then we can say that the relation is in BCNF form. ಅವಾಗ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು? BCNF ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So let us consider the example for this BCNF. So assume that or consider a table which consists of a columns such as A, B, C, D and E, F. So let us write the example for BCNF. In this, consider a table. In this, we are having a column such as A, B, C, D, E and F. These are the different columns which are present in the table. And in this table, let us assume that C determines the value of B. C ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ B ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. The value of C ಅಥವಾ the attribute C determines the value of B ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. And next thing is, these A and B are called as concatenated primary keys. ಇವೆರಡನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ? ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಅಂತ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಕನ್ಕ್ಯಾಟಿನೇಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್ C determines the value of B. C value of B ನ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ B is determined by C. B ಯಾವುದರಿಂದ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? C ಇಂದ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. B is determined by C ಅಂತಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. And in this case, it does not satisfy the BCNF. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಯ್ಸಿ ಕೋಡ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಾವ್ ಹೇಳಿದೀವಿ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ಕೀ. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಆಗಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಟರ್ಮಿನೆಂಟ್ ವಿಚ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಅನದರ್ ಆಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಇಯರ್. ಇದು ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ದಿಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್. ಈ ತರ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Because of that reason, we have to split the table into two parts to attain the BCNF. ನಮಗೆ BCNF ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. So how we are going to do that? So let us write the table 1 here. In this table 1, A, B and remove C here, D, E and F. And observe here there is no C ಸಿ ವಿಚ್ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ಸ್ ಬಿ ಡಿಟರ್ಮೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋ ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಅಟೈನ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ BCNF ನೌ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಓವರ್ಲ್ಯಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ BCNF. ಅಂಡ್ you can write now, so B, C, and we know that B is a primary key and C is a candidate key, and you can observe here C determines the B value and B is a primary key here. There is no multiple overlapping groups, illu kuda onde overlapping group iradu, there is no multiple overlapping groups. So because of this reason we can tell that Boyce code normal form anta heladre, if a relation is said to be in Boyce code normal form if and only if every attribute, each and every attribute or each and every determinant should be a candidate key. ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು, ಅವು ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ಕೀ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ಸ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಮುಗಿಯುತ್ತೆ, ನಾರ್ಮಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಮೂವ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಅದರ್ ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ database concepts. In that we are going to discuss about the entity relationship models, or those are also called as entity relationship diagrams. So very easy concept and interesting concept. So let us discuss about entity relationship model or entity relationship diagram. So under this, when you consider entity relationship model, or it is also called as entity relationship diagram, and observe here. So entity relationship diagram or entity relationship model, in short it is called as ER model antanu karitivi. ER model is represented by means of ER diagrams. ER models na naveng represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ER models are represented by using ER diagrams. ER models are represented by means of ER diagrams ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ what do you mean by ER diagram ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ ER diagram ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? So ER diagram is defined as, ಅಥವಾ ER diagram refers to an visual representation of data, and also describes how the data is related to each other, and also describes how the data is related to each other. Means by using ER diagrams, ನಾವು ER diagrams ನ represent ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ER diagrams ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ we can represent the entities, or we can represent the visual data and how they are related to each other. ಡಾಟಾ ಯಾವ ತರ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಂಟಿಟಿಗೂ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ಗೂ ಹೆಂಗ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. 1-to-1 ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆನಾ, 1-to-many ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆನಾ, many-to-many ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆನಾ, ದಟ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ visual representation of entire data can be seen by using the ER diagrams. Means how it is actually present ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು when we represent that in a visual form ಅಲ್ಲಿ represent ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ. So visual representation of data and describes how the data is related to each other. Relation ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, relationships ಅನ್ನೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ relation between the entities, relations between the attributes ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. That is also called as ER diagram. Relationship ಬರೆಯೋದು ER diagram, entities ಬರೆಯೋದು ER diagram, attributes ನ represent ಮಾಡೋದು ಕೂಡ ER diagram. So let us discuss about the components of ER diagram. So the next topic under this one is components of ER diagram. So there are mainly three components under the ER diagrams. There are mainly three components we are going to discuss under ER diagrams. The first one is entities, and second one is attributes, and the last one is relationships ಅಥವಾ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯು ಮೇ ರೈಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂತಾನು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So these are the three components of the ER diagram. Means by using ER diagrams we represent entities, we represent attributes, and we can also represent the relationship between those two. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ಗೂ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಇರುವ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So let us discuss one by one. So first we are going to discuss about the entities. So entity can be any object, person, place or a class. So let us discuss the first one, entities. So what do you mean by entity? An entity anta helidre entity can be any object, person, place or a class. Entity can refers to an anything. Entity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ರೆಫರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. It may be an object, it may be an person, it may be an place, it may be an class. And in case of ER diagrams, the entities are represented by using a symbol called as rectangle. ನಾವು entities ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Rectangle ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. The symbol rectangle is used to represent the entities. So clear? In case of ER diagrams, entities are represented by using the rectangle. And when you consider the rectangles with names, are called as entities. So ಯಾವ rectangle ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ names ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅವನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿಬಹುದು? Entity ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. You can observe here. Consider an example of organization which consists of organization where the employees work, and department. So and next you can also write company. So these are all the different entities related to an organization. Organization ಗೆ related ಆಗಿರುವಂತಹ different what are those entities ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And we know that entities are represented by using which one? Entities are represented by using the rectangle symbol. So these entities can be represented like this. The first entity is employees ಅಥವಾ employee. This is one of the entity. And second entity we represented like this, department. This is a one more entity. Means in case of ER diagrams you have to remember where the named rectangles are present. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ತರ named rectangles ಇರುತ್ತೋ these are called as entities. ಅವನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Entities ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And observe here, let us consider the example like this. So in this I will write works for, and in here I am going to write the employee, and here I am going to write the another entity called as department. You can observe here, employee works for department. Listen, employee works for department. So here employee and department are the entities. Works for is a relation. Relationships are represented by using a rhombus symbol, or it is also called as diamond shaped box. Diamond box ಅಂತನೂ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದು. So rhombus ಅಂತನೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, diamond symbol ಅಂತನೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Relationship representation. ಸೊ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ಬಂದಾಗ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಗೇನ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋದು ಇನ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ER ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ದ ಎಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಡಾಟಾ ಇಸ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. ಹೆಂಗ್ ರಿಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ? ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಹಿಯರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಆರ್ ದ ಎಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ and this is the relation which indicates the employee working for its department. So this is about which one? Entities. ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು? ಎಂಟಿಟೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. And next we are going to discuss about the one of the topic is called attributes. So what do you mean by attribute? ಹಂಗಾದ್ರೆ attribute ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Attributes refers to an or attributes describes the properties or characteristics of an entity. So observe the definition, listen the definition carefully. So what do you mean by attribute? Attribute describes. So what it describes? ಏನ್ describe ಮಾಡತ್ತಿದು? Properties or characteristics of an entity. So clear? It describes the properties or characteristics of an entity. Attribute ಅಂದ್ರೆ entity features ನ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, entity characteristics ನ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಎಂಟಿಟಿಯೋ ಫೀಚರ್ಸ್, ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ನ ಹೇಳದೆ ಯಾವುದು? ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. And these attributes are represented by using ellipse symbol. We know that entities are represented by an which symbol? Rectangle symbol. In case of ER diagrams, the entities are represented by means of rectangle symbol. In case of ER diagram, the attributes are represented by means of ellipse symbol. Attributes na ಯಾವ್ದರಿಂದ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Ellipse ಇಂದ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. And every attribute ಅಥವಾ each attribute, or you may write each ellipse refers to an attribute. Each ellipse refers to an attribute. ಪ್ರತಿ ellipse ಕೂಡ ಏನ್ represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? Each ellipse refers to an attribute which is directly connected to entity. ಈ attributes ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ? These attributes are connected to where? These attributes are connected to an entity. Entity connect ಆಗಿರ್ತವೆ. And each ellipse present in an ER diagram. ER diagram ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಕೂಡ ಏನನ್ನು ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ER diagram ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್, ಈಚ್ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ER diagram refers to an attribute. attribute ಅನ್ನ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. and it is directly connected to an entity. ಅದು ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. when you consider examples for this, let us consider student is an entity. ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ಯಾವ್ದಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ? ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ. ಇಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ. ದ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ or the features or the properties of the students are considered as register number, name of the student, date of birth of the student, age of the student, right? And these etc. So these are the some of the attributes or characteristics of an entity anta ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And how this entity and how these attributes are represented in ER diagram. ಸರಿ, entities ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋ attributes ಇದಾವೆ. How it is represented in case of ER diagram. ER diagram ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? That you have to understand here. We know that first we have to write the entity here. What is the entity? Student is an entity. Write the entity student. And for this we have to connect what? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನನ್ನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನಾವು? attributes ನ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So what are the attributes for this? Register number is an attribute, right? And next attribute is name is an attribute. Name is an attribute, right? And Next one is date of birth is an attribute. Date of birth is an attribute. And one more is age is an attribute. Observe here, entities are represented by means of rectangle and all these attributes are represented by using the ellipse. Attributes ಯಾವ್ದ್ರಿಂದ represent ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ? Ellipse ಇಂದ represent ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. By observing this diagram, you can easily identify which is entity and what are the attributes. Entity ಯಾವುದು, attribute ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತ ಈ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ನ represent ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So this is about attributes. And in case of attributes, again we are having three different kinds of attributes. So attributes ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? What do you mean by attribute? Attributes describes the properties or characteristics of an entity. Entity characteristics ಅನ್ನು ಹೇಳೋದೇ attribute. In case of attributes, how many types we are having? Mainly we are having the three types under this. The first type is called primary key attribute. The first one, that is A anta ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Primary key attribute. Primary key attribute. And the second one is, or you considered it as B, composite key attribute. Composite attribute. And the last one is, third one is multi-valued attributes. Multi-valued attributes. So what do you mean by the primary key attribute? Primary key attribute refers to an main characteristics of an entity. So what do you mean by primary key attribute? Primary key attribute refers to an main characteristics, or it deals with the main characteristics of an entity. Main characteristics of an entity is called as primary key attribute. And what this primary key attribute explains? Primary key attribute ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿತೀರಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, the ellipse with underline. The ellipse symbol attribute represent ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ with underlining. So ಯಾವ ellipse ನ underline ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೋ, the ellipse which contains underline inside that attribute is called as primary key attribute. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೇನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ? Primary key attribute ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. And this primary key attribute is used to represent primary key of a relation. It is used to represent primary key of a relation or a table. ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಅಥವಾ ಟೇಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀನ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದೀಸ್ 3 points here. So primary key attribute refers to a main characteristics of an entity. The ellipse which underlining is represents the primary key attribute. And why we require this? Primary key attribute represents the primary key of a relation and represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So consider the same example. Consider a student. Consider the student is an entity here. And write the attributes for a student. So student attributes ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರಿಬಹುದು? Register number is an attribute. And the name of a student is an attribute. And date of birth of a student is an attribute. And age of a student is an attribute. And course offered by the student is an attribute. These are the different attributes. You may write some more. ಬೇಕಾದಷ್ಟು attributes ಅನ್ನ ಬರಿತಾ ಹೋಗಬಹುದು. In this, I will underline this ellipse. Means I will underline register number. Register number ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ. We know that each student should have only one register number. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಎಷ್ಟು ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? ಒಂದೇ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ ಒನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರ್. ಆ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ನಂಬರು ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ, ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಗಿವನ್ ಟು ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್. ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ primary key should not be null. Null ಕೂಡ ಇರಬಾರದು. So that consider this as an ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಆಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್. ಇದನ್ನೇನಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ? ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಆಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಸರಿ ನಾನು ಇದಕ್ಕಿನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ನ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಮೇ ಟೇಕ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಸೊ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದ ಆಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್, ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಅನ್ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ. ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ? ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಅಂತ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ತಗೋತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. ಅಂಡರ್ ದಿಸ್ the employee ID is an attribute, name is an attribute, and phone number is an attribute, and in this salary is an attribute, and age is an attribute, and in this I underlined employee ID. ಯಾವುದನ್ನ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ? ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಐಡಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. This indicates that it is a primary key attribute. ಇದು primary key attribute ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್, ಯಾವ ಎಲಿಪ್ಸ್ ನಾವು ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವೋ ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್. ಈ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗಬಾರ್ದು? ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವ ಐಡಿ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿಗೆ ಕೊಡೋ ಹಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ನೋ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ರಿಪೀಟೆಡ್. ಅಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ದಿಸ್, ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ದ ಸಮ್ ಮೋರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್, ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 3, let us consider book is an identity, book is an entity, book is an entity, and for this we are having book ID and name of the book, and author of the book, and number of pages, and price of the book. And in this I underline book ID. Book ID na underline ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. This indicates that, ಇದೇನು ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಆಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್. ಇದೆಂತ ಆಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್? ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಕೀ ಆಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಂತ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಎಂಟಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ primary key attributes. So in that attribute we are having three types. Attribute ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Attribute describes the property or characteristics of an entity. In that mainly we are having the three types. One is primary key attribute, composite key attribute, and multi-valued attribute. In today's session we discussed about primary key attributes, and remaining two types, composite key attribute and one more is multi-valued attributes, and the next topic is called relationships, and after that cardinalities and ordinalities, that we are going to discuss in the next class. So let us write the assignment questions based on today's topic. So take down the assignment questions. So the assignment questions based on today's topic are explain BCNF with example. Our next question is define ER diagram. You have to write definition and mention its components. Three components: entities, attributes, and relations. Third question, write a note on entity definition, and you have to write the definition of an entity, symbol used to represent an entity, and when you consider the entities, the diagrammatic representation or ER diagram of an entity. And define attribute and mention its type. You have to write the attribute definition baribeku, and you have to represent the three type of attributes there: primary key attribute, composite key attribute, and one more is multi-valued attributes. Mention matra madbeku. So this is about the today's session. So if you have any doubts based on today's session, you can contact us through the WhatsApp or you can call to us. And if you have start writing the assignment for these questions. ಈ questions ಗೆ assignments ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು within today evening or tomorrow evening you have to send to the group. Thank you all.